Lizzie. How are we going?
I'm good, thanks, Stephen. I've got Stephen Hehir here, the President of Human Factors and Ergonomics Society of Australia. And we're going to talk about the National Conference, which is in Canberra on the 24th to the 26th of November, and with the theme of being human and beyond. So, Stephen, why are you excited to be coming to the National Conference in Canberra this year?
Well, I guess the first thing being a people person and having been a member of the society for must be close to 30 years, you know a lot of people, and it's that time of the year when you get to catch up with lots of different folk within the society. People that are like-minded and dealing with the same issues that you're dealing with, and hearing how they're dealing with some of those challenges and catching up socially as well. So it's always a great event from that point of view. But this year in particular, because we've got a very different conference format, I'm keen to see how that's going to work, and to look at how we might be able to make use of that in the future as well, and changing the format from the typical sandwich of papers being presented by people with question time to go across to more workshop formats and case studies as well. So this is a good experimental conference, and I think it'll be great to just test that out and get feedback from members to see how did that work, and was that helpful for people or valuable, and we can at a board level make some determinations, modify our guidelines that we use with our conference arrangements, see how we can improve that. Yeah, so exciting from a number of different facets.
That's right.
I think the topic too is excellent. I think it's right on the money for our society at the moment. That bit further.
So, what does the theme mean to you then, if you think it's right on the money?
If we have a think about the levels of complexity that are starting to emerge in system design, and work system design, and you also got this interaction between systems as well to think about. So people are not just working with one thing anymore; they're usually across multiple systems, or they're handling multiple elements of plant. Or you'll have control rooms where people are, interfacing not only with what's happening in it from a security point of view, but they're also monitoring security with the lens of safety and watching how people work. They're looking at more complex control rooms for road traffic arenas. They've got multiple other things that they're doing at the same time. So when we get that systems interaction, we get a lot of complexity. It opens us up to some ambiguity, and therein lays the potential for errors to be made. So this is quite an important conference, because as a profession, we need to be reaching out to the people we do work for, and to the community to help them understand how we need to keep the lid on the levels of complexity within the capabilities of people. And we're not the only people, we're not the only profession that are really dealing with this matter. I've recently attended Institution of Engineers seminars also looking at workplace complexity and the ways that needs to be mitigated to keep risk levels down for major projects and for work systems as well. So, yep, it's right on the money, and it's the very important thing that members of our society need to be across at the moment.
Well, that's the thing about complexity, isn't it? It's really an interdisciplinary sport to play in that domain.
Yeah, I'm regularly saying at the moment to people that I have conversations with that ergonomics is this. If you think of a Venn diagram, it's that intersection between the physical, the cognitive, and the organisational. And if you think through the complexity that we see in systems design and the problems that you get there, it is that interaction between those three aspects as well. Cognitively, what can people actually do? Physically, what can they actually do? And organisationally, how do we design this work to optimise what people can do as well, as not overload them from a stress point of view?
How are you influencing the future, Stephen?
Well, I guess the big change that we're facing into at the moment, and it was really endorsed at our AGM by our members, is to start to project outwards. We've been a learned society that's been very much about its members, but we're having to reposition in order to influence externally and help people understand the kinds of things that ergonomists can do for them and human factors experts. And so we're getting our position papers together to be able to project outwards, if you like, with one voice, and have our members be able to, whether it's calling into a radio station or interfacing, interacting with local media, to tell a simple story and help people understand or turn complex ergonomics and human factors issues into simple language for people, and also have some influence and help society understand what it is that ergonomists do. So an example of that might be, the use of mobile devices in cars, which is a common safety theme, and people can be fined for using their phone in the car. But there are other systems in a car, such as entertainment systems or dashboard related activities that you can go 3 layers into the screen to play with something, and that's probably more distracting in some respects than the mobile phone. So I think there needs to be that broader conversation, and they're the kinds of messages that will start to influence externally into the future.
Well, thank you, Stephen. I look forward to seeing you in Canberra in November. Thanks for your time today. And to everyone else, we hope to see you at the National Conference, Being Human and Beyond, in Canberra, 24th to the 26th of November. I'm Lizzie Smith, the conference convener, and we hope to see you there.
Thanks, everyone. Look forward to seeing you there.